left off last week, we were started to do the collar section and the backside. So we're gonna continue with that. Let's remove the arms and the legs. So this is what we need to do to complete this part. Simple as that. Good morning, Marco. Good morning, Frog. How's it going? So the idea for the piece in the center here is it's not like no, it's not like anything really. It's just a the casing for whatever internal uh, mechanical things happening in there. So we're not going to like give this like too much personality, right? It's going to be the same idea as like, for example, like this shell where it's basically just like some casing over something more complex. Yeah, we're also going to try to integrate things a little bit better. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's see if we can actually fix this so it looks like it's these pieces were meant to be together. I'm just gonna use the old trick of creating like a cavity. And by creating a cavity between two elements, often it gives the impression that that they're more like built to function together. Also going to try to get rid of that alpha here that I placed. Just by adding some mass to it. Trying to make it look equal within the already existing planes. And then flatten everything with H-polish. A little bit of smoothing. Boom. Like if nothing happened. Jambij, hello, good afternoon to you too. Will be more like good morning for me, but good morning for me, good afternoon for you, good evening for the others. See, so just already that. You could just like leave it to that and it would be already better. So yeah, I mean there is moments where I would really think about like what this piece actually is and how does it like plug into the other piece and whatnot. Like I said, the backside of the character, especially if it's like not like a place we'll be looking at a lot, sometimes I'll just go for like really simple mechanical stuff. Like, but what I mean by simple is more like I'm not gonna try to like reinvent reinvent the wheel. I'm just gonna do like whatever gibberish thing that I know is gonna look good. Which is what we're gonna do. So I'll start from that. I'll subdivide it. and I'll just kind of do whatever comes to mind with those pieces. So just I'm starting by adjusting its shape like that. Um, while adjusting the shape, like I realize that like you see like here there's like a space. Here there's like another like space, like we can see the thickness. Here it doesn't. So might as well like capitalize on that. And maybe what I can do is this action will make me need to do like a Z remesh after. But if I actually go and place like one of those things here, let's try to get it in the angle of the cylinder actually. It can look interesting. Like if, well, I mean, it's an interesting shape. It connects with here, but maybe this needs that we would need to create the cavity that kind of like makes it that both of those things can interconnect. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Let's already load our alphas. Are those cylinder caps from Vitaly Bilgarov, Kid Bash, or did you make those yourself? I think it's a mix of a few things that I found. I think there's probably one of these like levels that like is taken from like a Kid Bash from Vitaly because this is when I use when I use Kid Bash. So my answer is probably. And like this triangle piece here, I'm not super fan of it. So I'll probably try to see if I can like cut it short like that. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. add an alpha here. Like this. There we go. And one here that kind of like clips over. Okay. So we're going to do somewhat of the equivalent for the bottom part. A simple rinse and repeat. Oh, it cut too short. Okay, that's good. And let's also repeat that circle thing I did. So aligning the middle circle. I just need to place. Oh, wait. Yeah, this one I won't be able to place it the same way, but that's fine. I'll roll with that. Plan R to flatten what did not follow through. There you go, like that. At some point I'll need to do like a Dynamesh and a Z-Remesh because I won't be able to sculpt on these parts, except if I don't care about sculpting on these parts. That's another option too. But you see, like I can't add anything on top here because it's the topology is broken when you use that tool. Just fine. I mean, okay, I don't know why I tried to save. I told them to stop with the other saves. Okay, I can add an IMM that I can do. So I duplicate this. It's just like a simple thing. Something like that, I guess. I want to work something for this corner here. Let's add some details in there. By the way, thanks for thinking out loud. Even if it's uncomfortable, it gives us some light on the design process, which is great, which I'm grateful. Look, it's my pleasure. I really appreciate it. Sometimes it's true, I get in my head and stuff. But when I don't, I'm happy to be able to share what's in there. First one, I kind of like placed it a bit too. Also, I think the way I did it, it takes on too much of the shape, so I'll just retry with a smaller version. So now it's less crooked. Try to get like a similar spacing. I think that's going to be all right. Smooth them a bit, and then I'm gonna save more target here because just want to offset that line, but it's easier to just draw like the main direction of the line at first. Where's Marius? Hello. I could add like a quick grid pattern to this. Let's take this part. Inflate it inwards. Do I already have the right flow? Not really. I might not. I may need to delete him and kind of like, let's not delete all of them. Yeah. It's gonna be good. Sorry. Yeah. Just trying to get like better looking squares. Now in set, group all, each poly. It's not super good still, but whatever. It's gonna be good enough for rock and roll. Or is it? I think I'll kind of like just do it on the squares that are okay and leave it. Oops. Yeah. Well, I can get rid of a bunch of squares that I won't need now. So I'll commit to these because I'm gonna want to add like maybe just a little detail. All right, so now I'll just add like a cavity here so it looks like it's that it really is in that shape. Something like that. Same thing here. So happens that the dots are pretty much the same size as everywhere else, so that's an happy accident. I didn't really care much about making them equal, and they ended up being yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to add something like that though. Well, Simard, hey Marco, how are you? Looking pretty good. Thank you. Doing good too. I hope you're doing good as well. Ah bien de mon côté aussi, cool. Merci pour le sub aussi, très apprécié. And we're gonna leave it to that. On to the next part. Actually, you know what? No, there's one thing I'm gonna change in the dynamic subdivisions of this one first. I'm gonna round up that part like that. round out. So you have to remember that the like it's gonna be like how like hidden by like these arms at the end, eh? So bonjour EPB, EPT. Great UI color like your model too. Thank you, thank you. I think it's the first time I get a compliment on my UI color. It's actually it's the color coordination of Chaos Masons. And Taga, hello. I'm gonna try to redo my little like circle thing on this part right there. It's hard to get it like perfectly flat with this shape. Okay, I think now it's not. Not really working out. Well, I think that's the end of that. I'm just trying to find like a little ball thing. There's so much brushes in there. Darius, why didn't Twitch recommend this sooner? Just looked at ArtStation and I'm speechless. Thanks. I appreciate the kind words. I really do. It's uh it's motivating. Nah, doesn't really work. When you get a project, let's say by Epic, to do some models for Fortnite, do you get a base mesh to work on, or you have to do everything from the ground up? No, because they have like rigs and stuff, you have to follow like a few rules, and there's always like a base model to follow. Cool. If I can't apply this here as well. Yeah, let's go with that. What was the reaction from Critical Role to your creature? I don't think they saw it. I think they have a lot of things to do other than check people's fan art. All right, let's leave this piece to that as well. All right, so that leaves us with like that centerpiece and the those like edge pieces here. So let's do one of the edge piece, duplicate it at the bottom, and then we'll just have the centerpiece to finish. Yep, let's round it out a little bit like that. Looks better. Talking about Critical Role, I just started to listen to Dimension 20, and man, it's pretty good. I'm actually really appreciating it. It's like more like it's much more funnier. So it's not the same vibe, right? But still very good. Also in the realms of like funny RPG, tabletop RPG streams, there's one that's called Trope RPG on the channel of Grouse House, and it's really good too. Not working out like I wanted to. This is a little bit better, but still a bit sharp. That's just not interesting. Yeah, let's try to create like an elevation like that by simply reusing the same alpha, but kind of like bigger and all around. And let's tell it to not go too deep in depth. Hmm. Like that. Dear Lord, forgive me, I am about to sin. Why do I find this hot for some reason? All right, some point is going to be in it. It's going to be enough details. Yeah, we'll almost never see those things, so let's just stop here. It's good enough as it is. Duplicate and place. Oops. All right. Well, one last part, and then we're done. Okay, so for this part, it's going to be pretty interesting because, well, interesting. I mean, it's going to be almost like just like tricks, like quick tricks to sculpt like hard surface on like a single piece, which is kind of like laborsome in some way, but it's laborsome in the actually, you know what? No, it's there's less labor. It's more that there's like a lot of like you have to do a lot of manipulation with the brush and everything. So sometimes it can be like a bit intimidating to people because it's like it requires a lot of practice to understand like how the brush behaves and that sort of stuff. But it's part of my technique, so I'm showing it. And there's always a little bit of that on my characters. And it's the kind of stuff that's especially good for when you're doing kind of like shape exploration and then like you're blocking because you want to have like the least amount of like technicality to bring to your sculpting, right? You just want to be able to sculpt as fast as possible and make it just like readable. Like readability is the only thing you really need at that stage. So as long as it's readable, your intention is readable, then it's fine. Well, this mentality, if you apply it to parts that are not really important or will never be seen, once again, I remind you that like once you place the arms on top, you see practically nothing of that piece. So it's just a matter of like not making it look like gross once it's if it's exposed, right? Oh, by the way, yeah, we're also going to need to finish those two parts there after. There's a chance that I'm gonna be able to finish all of this during this stream. Marco's design preference in female curves are always eye-catching to say the least, and I'm not complaining. All right, so first thing we're just gonna kind of like polish this the our edges, surfaces, sorry. The edge surfaces, they all come together, but when it comes to polishing, I'd rather have my surfaces clean first and then work on cleaning the edges. For this one, I will most probably have to Dynamesh because I'm probably going to deform enough to justify a Dynamesh. Now another thing, this technique works really good when you're doing like organic things, like even an organic hard surface. When you're doing things that are more like square and like primary shapes and whatnot, it's kind of hard because it's not a technique that makes things look really um, like straight and all perfect. So right now I'm I'm a bit fighting against the waves, I'd say, in my choice of technique. But I'm confident that I'll be able to get something decent and faster than if I was going to like all like do that with like poly modeling, so it's all clean and following all the line flow correctly. Like I'm really going for like the illusion of cleanliness right now. Because you're a man of culture. Like right now, what I did is I just transformed the edge into like a round edge, right? Um, this is mostly what I call like the second step, right? I just wanted to look quickly how it feels. This area is a tight spot, so it's a little bit more complicated to clean. Might need to hack it maybe with some details. Well, adding that curve actually helps a lot. Ba-da-bam. How is it when you use H-Polish you get such smooth result? When I use it, it only gives me a smoother version of trim dynamic. Is it setting or it's just real experience hands? Really experienced hands. Yes, it's really like it's just I really go smoothly and like also like the direction that I'm going with the H polish is important. I kind of like also understand like the size of the radius of my brush. I'm really used to it, so I know it won't um, like affect anything beside it. And also I do a mix of using alt and not using alt, and it does give like different results. So there's a couple of factor, but it's really just the experience with it. Like when I started in ZBrush, sometimes I would just like take a brush and I would just like brush around and without really any goal and just trying to figure out like what does the brush do. It's starting to get pretty clean. There's still like one area that like here I'm not just really not sure what I'm gonna go for. And maybe I should just like start moving that mesh around, try to connect these two pieces. Gonna try something here. Probably better like that. Um, Jesus, this looks insane. How many points you on? I don't know so far. Uh, I can't really tell. 40 million, maybe. Um, Early but nutty. Bonatti. Hello, hello, looking nice, Marco. Thank you so much. Oh, what a wonderful scene for a developer. What a wonderful scene for a developer. Glad to hear that. Is that piece in Dynamesh? Not really, but it might as well could be, you know. I might actually need to Dynamesh it soon enough anyway, you know. So we're getting close to having all our surfaces be like clean enough. I'm gonna try to move this closer around and also having like dip down. So first of all, create the edge, and then you can polish the surface. That's always the trick. So it connects more with the piece. That's good. That's good. That's good. Looks fine like that. Okay, so now at this point, I'll start to work on like how the pieces connect together. So just having like those cavities in between. They were almost like all good from the start. Just want to polish them a little bit. You see, just like those cavities, just makes it look like it's more like interconnecting with each other. I'm gonna try to do something here. Not sure if it's going to work. That's good. Hey, just got here. ZBrush only. Yes. Okay, cool. Was gonna ask about the more geometric objects. Then you're doing hard surface sculpting. Yes, I am. Gosh, I would have done geometric bits in plastic or something. That's really good for kit bashing. I think after all, I'm not even gonna have to Dynamesh, like I said. Let's see. your opinion, what is the key to hard surface sculpting? Brushes in particular, or just knowing what you want to do? Brushes. I think it's more knowing what you want to do, because the brushes will dictate. Sorry, what you want to do will dictate what brushes could actually help you to get there. Like hard surface is not about like what tool you use. It's really like what result you get to. What visual language do you use to represent hard surface? Like clean surfaces, calculated surfaces. These are things that define like hard surface and mechanical things. So it's important that you understand how to, like, what makes something look hard surface, more than knowing like, oh, what typically, like, what tool people use. Of course, knowing the tools is going to help tremendously, but one comes before the other for sure. Okay. Okay, so now we have the material, we made the connection, everything. Um, like I said, it's a filler piece, but for me, that looks that looks fine. Only forgot to do the cavities here. Maybe it's not super clean here. Okay, now that's good. Okay, so detail phase, once again, very quickly. Also, I think I'm gonna put back the other arms and what's going to be in the way. Just a little bit to notice. Okay, so we can go real quick with those detail addition. Um, Casperson, on your first three insectoids, you used a primary shape in repetition, like the hornet and the triangles. I see in the later insectoids you shift away from this approach. Is it intentional? Nope, I'm still using this approach. Like for this character, it's well, for the beetle it was the capsule shape. For the mosquito it was the tapered rectangle. For the mantis it was the diamond shape, like a double triangle. For this one it's the spheres. How do you mentally approach the small details? Do you think more internally about what functions might serve, or am I invisible because of such an event? Yeah, there's some functionality to it. So at some point, some stuff becomes repetition because it's like, well, anything that looks like it's gonna hold something or that it can clip into like something else. But there's also like just just a certain aspect that doesn't really necessarily have to do with functionality that is important when placing details, and it's things like repetition, placement, hierarchy. There's like a lot of like visual language to detail placement that is important to take pay attention to. Just trying to get that cavity to look good, and it's pretty hard. It's like really squeezed in there. You want to see the arms again? Just a sec. Well, everything that is red is not complete. But that's the final look that I'm going for. The arms are all going to be the same arms. Alright, so details. In that instance, the thing about that I said about details and functionality and stuff, I'm really just going for like the most simple I can do of just placing details so that there is details, but I'm not really focusing on like the look, the functionality, or anything too serious. start to place some of like those line details. I often do this on my characters. This one has a lot of these. Place a full-on detail here. You see how the muscle was was like penetrating this metal part here? It just didn't look too good. So just by changing the shape of this to create some kind of like indent here, just makes it look more like it's integrated one into the other seamlessly. Also, this is really like filler stuff. Once again. Not putting too much thought into it, just adding details. Since it's a part that's mostly hidden. Like I repeat myself, but it's probably mostly for like people that just like came in. When I'm working on a something that is like mostly hidden, like the back of the character, I'm not gonna go all like serious and trying to like do the most perfect thing in quotes. Nothing's perfect, but like I'm just like using ideas that come naturally to me. Um, because in my opinion, it's not like necessarily worth the time since it's a mostly hidden area. So yeah, maybe one of those here. All right, are we done? Are we done? Let's put everything back. There's something that looks like it's missing. No, it's going to be good. So for the last part, this thing here. Oh, when we have just enough time. I think this one is still a Dynamesh. Yeah, it's subdivided from a Dynamesh. So this part here at the bottom is going to be, it's going to depend a lot on when I do the legs. So I might actually work this piece with more detail, or not necessarily with more detail, but more attention when I'm going to do the butt part. And yeah, probably at that time. For the moment, I can just do like a little um, pass edit, let's say. I just realized I forgot to put some recurring detail here. Okay, I'm gonna call it done for the moment. So I did the entire back section here. What the filler part, as I call them. Front is done as well. So it's a lot of good work for today. Just gonna read the chat real quick as well. I've been kind of like in my head for a little bit, so sup Marco, super nice sculpt as always. Pour les besoins de la cause. Is it gonna be in a pose at some point? Yeah, it's yeah, at the end I'm gonna pose it like I did with the other insectoid, just a simple pose, nothing super extreme. Also, you have a little money on the side. Feel free to check Chaos Mason's store, their website. Ooh, thanks for the free promotion. Yeah, if you want, at the bottom of the screen, there's two links. You can take pretty much any of those, and it links to some store we have for where like me and Cedric we build some tutorials, tools, uh, stuff like that. Or you can just check our social medias as well. Yeah. So you can find a few useful tricks in there. Hello. I have the grid. Have the grid's actual holes. How do you manage them? Also in terms of poly count. The grids are just like extruded holes. There's not really holes in there. Is there any special tricks to use planar planar brush to get polished output like you do. H polish is better than planar. Planar is really if you want to totally flatten a piece on one normal only, which is very restrictive. Sometimes it's good, but for me, planar, I use it mostly to do like tricks. Like, yeah, I don't use it to like sculpt my shape or that sort of stuff. Um, Hello. So because you now have 6 hands instead of 4 on the character, are you going to split it to new subtools in fear is going to slow down the PC or just do it normally? Well, I'm going to do the arms, and once I'm done with the arms, I'm going to just like merge the arms into like one piece, place them where they connect with the arm, and yeah, and if the arm is too heavy to be merged into one piece, I'll just duplicate it and use Transpose Master to place it. Yo, juste un petit coucou avant the AFK. Ouais, bonjour, bonjour. That's looking good, thank you. What is your favorite brush setting to use? What is your favorite brush setting to use? Oof, I'm not sure how to answer that question. My favorite brush setting. I mean, IQ Curve is pretty nice when you use it with Move. Using the depth mask is sometimes can give you like really cool results. It's more experimental though, I'd say. Okay. All right. Well, I'm calling it done for today. I did everything I wanted to do, so I'm pretty happy about that. So that's good. Mentorship? No, sorry, I don't have the time. Um, so yeah, yeah, yeah. At some point we're gonna add the arms in there. It's gonna be rad. It's gonna be rad. Actually, you know what? Just to not confuse, I just wanna well confuse. Just want to do something here. It's not supposed to be like an emissive material or anything like that. It's supposed to be just like the under of where the arms connect. These are dots that give color. Give color, give off light, I mean. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, all right. So saving one last time. Thanks for the stream. It's always inspiring. Hey, it's my pleasure. Cool. So, yep, let's go and rate someone. And yeah, hope you had fun. And I hope to see you also in 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm back on the wagon, doing it every week around that time. So, yeah, I hope everybody had fun. And I'll see you next week.